Taino history. In the town of Jumacao, the chief was called Jumacao, and his village was known as Macao. He was one of the main chiefs of eastern Puerto Rico. In 1509, Jumacao and his people were forced into slavery under the encomienda system. Yet Jumacao became known for his resistance, speaking out to defend the Tainos against colonial abuse. Tradition says it was his people who told Aguibana that Yuku, the island's main chief and spiritual leader, had been killed by the Spaniards. Spanish chronicles remember Jumacao as one of the chiefs who bravely spoke out against oppression. He is remembered for something unique in the entire Caribbean, writing a letter to King Ferdinand the Catholic, denouncing the mistreatment of the Tainos in Puerto Rico. Friar Bartolomé de las Casas wrote that Chief Jumacao learned to read and write with the help of Catholic friars, and he used that knowledge to send his complaints all the way to the royal court. Fray Bartolomé de las Casas narrated this way: on the island of San Juan, Puerto Rico, something remarkable happened. A chief named Jumacao, who had learned to read and write, sent a letter to King Ferdinand of Castile. In the letter, he denounced the abuses and mistreatment the Spaniards inflicted on him and his people, and he pleaded for justice. The letter reached the king himself, and he was astonished, not only that an Indian had written it, but also by what it said. The king and queen were surprised when they received the letter, because it broke the colonial myth that the natives could not read, write, or govern themselves like any other people. Many in the royal court were skeptical. They claimed the friars had written the letter for him, unwilling to believe that a native leader could have mastered writing. And so, no help ever came, and the genocide continued. Jumacao hid in the mountains of Luquillo with his people, and there is no historical record of his death. Today, we the Tainos remember Jumacao, a symbol of a wise and civic leader who ruled his people with fairness, and tried to reason with an unjust and immoral Spanish government. He was the chief who dared to negotiate with an empire of exploitation, showing that the Tainos had their own leadership and voice, showing they were smart and they demanded justice, even in the face of oppression. His memory lives on in every Taino from Jumacao who survived colonization, adapted as a humble Gabaro, and still lives today in Puerto Rico, keeping our culture alive. Follow us for more Taino stories, because the Taino are still here and we still remember.